Hey everyone, thought it was about time y'all seen this adorable mug of mine. Figured I'd give you guys an update on everything. Chicken coop's out here. Rudy's just as mean as ever. One of the biggest shocking things that I've seen, like I said, is tomato plants and stuff. They're all still growing, still flowering. Cantaloupes, nice sized cantaloupes all up the fence. They're all over the place here. Oh, chicken's got a hold of that one. What? Cherry tomatoes, you can see. Still blooming, still producing. I had one big tomato, but the badass has got a hold of it. What did you see? They're still on there. Let me see. String beans. And here it is. It's October. Of course, these are all should have been already picked. Now, the only thing that got bad was the bottom where it flooded. I guess that's the way what happened to it. And I got a chicken over there stuck on the other side of the fence. But I figured everything would have died off by now, or at least pretty much all of it, but it didn't. As you can see, the higher it is, the better off it is. Gets the more sun. Oh, let me help this chicken over. There you go. Now get down here. Come on. Get your butt down here. No, the chicken did. Alright. Alright, this is one of the big reasons why you haven't seen me around doing any videos. I've been working my butt off. I had a 10-foot by 20-foot shed that I built back in the early 90s, mid 90s. Anyway, I didn't put no siding or anything on it, and I only used whatever boards and scrap materials I had to build it. Insurance company told me that they wanted to take it down. I fought with them for like 6 months. Cussed them out a couple times, but in the end, I guess they might have won. They say they're going to cancel this, cancel that, whatever. So anyway, that a building that's fallen down, it took me 3 days, a chainsaw, and a sledgehammer, and some helpers like this one to tear that down. So I had to get a roll off in here, and that 20-yarder got filled up in no time. So I've been just messing around here at the house, doing odds and ends that needs to be done, because all my other time was dedicated to the other house that I was rehabbing. And you see I need to clean the yard. But I haven't been just messing around. I actually got the camper here now, as you can see. And here, I'll come back to that. But also, I know every time I showed you guys that garage, because it was such a mess, and it still is a little bit now here and there. Let me turn this radio off. I know I look like a hoarder, but what it is, I had a second-hand store, and I closed it down about almost 2 years ago, and I had to have a place to put it. So that's why all this stuff's in here. Like all this stuff right here is stuff that's going to the flea market. And of course, from the gray area over is all my stuff I'm going to take when I do eventually get my property. DJ, I also do DJing, so that's all my DJ equipment. Karaoke stuff, fog machines, trussel. But I've been going through here little by little every day. It might be hard to see now, but that's all my tools all the way around here. I guess you can never have too many tools, but I guess I'm going to get rid of some of it. But that's what I've been doing. You know, other than my regular job with these 2 trucks, doing the scrapping business. Alright, now here to the camper. I have the two 100-watt solar panel kits hooked up, and I have two 45-watt Harbor Freight kits. I just wanted to go with the cheap sets. I wanted to see what I could do with all of them. I made two battery banks. The reason I made two is because those three are 100 amp hour batteries. These two are 120 amp hour batteries. So what I did, I just made two battery banks. Now this one runs the inverter, these two, because there's not much in there to invert, so I figured I'd put the smaller bank on there. And I have that 90 watt setup running those batteries. The other three run the 12 volt system, which you can see right there, and runs everything in it, and has 200 watts of power, solar power system to it. Now that thing's run. Now I took and changed. Let's see if you can see this. Daytime you're not going to see it, but they're actually LED lights. See inside here. Oh, let me turn that down. Alright. That's a 12 volt TV with built-in DVD player. And that's hooked all up to a 12 volt system. All the lights are in 12 volt systems throughout here. And every one of them, as you can see, super bright. So they're all LEDs, actually nice little LEDs that go all the way through. Of course, my son-in-law has been staying in here. That's why him, his girlfriend, and the little girls have actually been staying here for 2 weeks now. So now this thing is totally not plugged into anything. I do not run no generators. Only thing they run is those solar panels that I showed you. Let me see. This is actually a nice refrigerator. Now this runs off a 12 volt, and of course there's nothing in it because they eat it in the house. But I only had a half a bottle of propane, a little 20 pounder, I believe that's what it is, and that's been running for right around 2 weeks, maybe a couple days longer, and it's still going strong. Now this does have a built-in automatic, like say if I don't have enough power to run it, it jumps right on over to gas and runs off of gas. So it does it automatically. I don't have to mess with it. Other than that, it's running off propane and 12 volt. If the 110 inverter doesn't have enough juice to supply that, which is pretty nice. Yeah, this does have a microwave. Radio system. Turn it off. Now this does not run the air conditioner unit. I don't have enough out here. Eventually when I do, I'll hook it all up and try it. The microwave, of course, will only run for a little bit because I don't think my inverter is strong enough. I have that 1500 watt inverter, but for some reason that's enough to kill it. So, and of course I don't just plug that in, so it's plugged into the whole trailer. It might be drawing too much juice from somewhere else and then trying to run that too. So that could be the problem, but they don't need the microwave. The stove works, refrigerator works, and the house is that close. So, like I was saying, there's nothing plugged in for 2 weeks. Let me see. And he's pretty much set up. Yeah, he's just using the power antenna, which is getting about 24, 25 stations right here. But I do like it. I am totally amazed. I will take an auction. Oh, let me show you. I will give you progress reports as much as I can on it. Harbor Freight, the Harbor Freight panel system is. This is actually not bad. I thought I blew it up, but come to find out, where the clamps clamp onto the batteries, watch that little teeny wire inside there. It broke off because I couldn't get this thing to work, and I checked the fuses, checked everything, and finally I went out there and checked that, and that's what the problem was. But that's just only hooked up to the 12 volt system. That's not charging. This is not. I'm not using this for a charger. I'm just using it so I can read what the voltage is. This one right here, I don't know if it'll focus in. Anyway, it's 1211. This is coming off the Harbor Freight. I have the Harbor Freights plugged into a MPPT cheap China charge controller. It looks like it's doing pretty good, but that's where it's at. It's at 12.12, and I just hooked it all up. So it's only been sitting there for probably about 20-25 minutes. Those batteries were totally drained down because of when I had this hooked up there to it. It wasn't charging anything. It was showing me voltage, but wasn't doing any charging. So I basically killed the batteries down to like 11 or something like that, I think it was. But just the way it is. We'll see if you can see the difference here. Okay, there's a light there, and this light here. See how that one is a yellow, that one's more bright white. That is the regular, one of those regular car bulbs, light bulbs that's in it. Of course, say that uses like 1 amp, these things are only using 0.4 amps, you know. So you get a lot more better light and less, you know, less wattage issues. And like I said, but I'll give you a big rundown. Yeah, that's my rooster out there. I'll give you a rundown as the weeks go by, and give you, like, say how it's doing and stuff like that. But as of right now, he's on 2 weeks of a half a bottle of that 20-pound bottle of propane as far as the fridge and using the stove. Still going strong. As you can see, both lights are lit. If it was flashing, it would tell you that it's short on gas. Now he's running that 12-volt fan. I didn't show you that one. That's actually a little fan with a light and everything, comes with the camper. And it does blow out a lot. Now he's been using that. Really, Rudy? Really? Go. But I left all these lights on. Every light inside the camper and outside the camper. This is before I had the TV hooked up. I left the radio going, and I left the fan going for 5 hours. And I was keeping an eye on this, and I wanted to see how fast it used the power down. Now I was totally shocked, like I said, because that's a car radio, and usually if you leave those on your car, your battery would be dead in about an hour. Anyway, I left everything on here for 5 hours, even the 12-volt fan, and it went from like 12.7 down to 12.6. 5 hours later. So that was great. So that really impressed me. So now I have the 12-volt TV, the power antenna, everything plugs right into this. Like I said, that has the built-in DVD player, and he's been having no problems whatsoever. And that's about what the voltage actually stays right around when I get up in the mornings or in the afternoons, whenever I get up. But that's about where it's at. And like I said, yesterday we had all cloud cover over here. So, and like I said, I didn't get a charge. Killed the first set of batteries. There was only 2 of them hooked out there to it. So now I can be able to get a better view of it now. Now I knew what was wrong with it. But it's climbing. It's 12.13, 12.14. Now I have the new MPPT charge controller on it. I'll give you a readout on that. I just got the voltage things hooked up here to the load, just so I can get a voltage on it. Because right now it's not using anything. That is on the 3 batteries, so 300 amp hours of batteries with the 200 watts of solar panel. So, and let me see if you can see this. Sun's like a finger right over there. By the time it comes over here on the other side of my apartment there, and then of course it travels right in here. I get full sunlight for about 2 hours, then it gets shade for about an hour, and then the last hour and a half, almost 2 hours, it gets the full sun again. So but I need a better position to put them, but as you can see, I only got so much room around here to put things, and usually I would just put them on top of this, but the buildings would block it. So it is what it is. I get about 4 hours of sunlight, maybe 5 of full sun if the sun's out. But these are monocrystal, which is I really like a lot better. That you don't need direct sunlight all the time, because these are still produce something. Not a lot, but it does produce something. Well, until next time, I'm tired of talking, and you guys are probably tired of listening to me, but I'll give you updates as we go along. I'll get readings. I'll use the kilowatt meter and give you a better view of everything. Oh, here, just one more time. This is a hard plastic case. That's the lid for it. I do have styrofoam that I can put inside of it, some foam material for insulation, keeping the batteries nice and good temperature, warm. And this is an old engine cover, engine case that they ship engines in. But that's where I got the battery bank sitting in as far as a battery box. Just for now. Well, until next time, you guys take care. See ya.